What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be taking a look at Zodiac Legion. This is a demo of the game, and actually a very, very early demo, so I can't put in a preface that's strong enough right here. This is very, very early on. However, you can play this demo for yourself right now on Steam. There's not a whole lot of explanation of this game. There's no tutorial. I've been kind of like fiddling with it over the last couple days in preparation for making a video because it does have a very strong art style and a really fantastic soundtrack. And so anyways, this is a game where you are building up a fortress city and conquering territories, and then you have a team of warriors, the Zodiac Legion, basically, that go out and do dungeons and find loot and do all that kind of fun stuff while leveling up. So it's like one part 4X game, it's like another part party-based RPG, and it's all packaged up with a very, very old-school kind of graphical style that's very, very good-looking. It's actually very good pixel art. If after watching this you wanted to get the game for yourself, I'll have a link to the demo down below in the description so you can check that out. Aside from that, you can also look down below for my Discord and my Twitch stream where I would love to meet you, so feel free to swing on through at any time. Okay, so for a game that I don't actually know a whole lot of facts about, there are a number of things we can do from this world map right here. These are pressing crises that basically we can take care of right now. So we have a orc invasion over here. We have skeleton guardians over here that are doing some kind of jailbreak. And then it looks like we've got medieval lords and hybrids over here that are happening as well. We do have a number of resources. I don't know exactly how those factor in. It looks like crystals, like magic and gold, but there's no tooltips on anything. So I've very much been piecing this all together by myself, trying to figure out what each thing does. So if I get anything wrong, I very much apologize. This is one of those games that I think when it comes out, it definitely needs a tutorial because it's like very in-depth, and piecing it all together like solo is going to take a little bit of homework. Nonetheless, there's a number of things we can do on the side. We've got our game settings over here, which isn't fully populated yet in the current alpha build. We've got the strategic map that we can click on right here. I don't know if that actually did anything. I don't think it actually did anything. We can turn on and off the summary over here if you want to. We've got the composition of our teams. So if you take a look right now, we have a roster, and on that roster, we have Sagittarius Guillaume, who has 10 HP, 7 energy, 5 movement points, 6 damage, and 6 range damage. All the other stats, I'm not exactly sure what they do. I know that the shield with the arrow and the shield with the sword are like melee defense and like range defense, but it can be kind of hard to figure out the other stuff. Like some of the characters have like armor that I think the enemy has to get to before they get to their HP and other things like that. But nonetheless, this is our party composition, and these are all the characters that they give you inside the confines of the demo. Anybody that has special abilities that are listed in these little skulls underneath their actual portrait is one of the Zodiac Legion, which means they're kind of like the leaders. Like, you know, like in Warhammer 40k, how some people don't wear helmets amidst all other people that wear helmets? Like, the Zodiac Legion are basically the main storyline characters that don't have to wear helmets because they got that plot armor and they're not going to die anyways. So anyways, you also have kind of grist-of-the-mill, just generic soldiers you can bring along. And so we have Taurus Siegfried, which is a guy with a giant pole mace, which is pretty rad. It looks like he's got 2 separate abilities as well that maybe allow him to ignite his weapon on fire. It looks like we have Ives. Ives is a generic archer, okay? We have Leonhardt, who is a generic lancer, or a generic halberdier. We have Arnulf, who is a Zweihander plate mail guy. I very, very much like the fact that they styled. You'll be able to see it better in combat, but this game definitely has like high medieval gothic armor, like that final phase of like 100 years before guns existed, where the armor was getting really sophisticated and really good looking and very kind of aesthetically appealing. But we could swap any of these guys out that we want right now. I'm just going to leave it kind of where it's at. Does this guy? Oh, that guy's got like a cool lion helmet. Man, I kind of want to take lion helmet guy. We have a wizard. Oh, dude, I got to take the wizard. Let's take the wizard, man. Wizards are so sick. I'm like super down for wizards. Yeah. We'll see what the wizard does. It looks like he's not very good at like attacking or defending. I'm guessing that he's just going to be spamming magic the whole time and annihilating stuff. But that sounds like a win to me. Let's go ahead and drop this menu down. We've also got the inventory. It's disabled right now. You can do, I think, some building inside the city. I don't know if it'll actually go through. So there are like some buildings and stuff over here, so we can tell them to build a blacksmith. I don't know if that's actually going to happen because, like I said, this is a very, very early alpha. And so anyways, I think we'll fight, I don't know, we want to fight skeletons, orcs, or medieval lords. Let's go fight some orcs, dude. I'm down with the idea of fighting some orcs. Let's get on in here and see if we can spill some blood. The air crackles with energy as you warp into the defiled basilica. The Archon Wicked Research radiates an aura of wild magic that flows through the corridors and seeps into the very stone. As you shake off the daze caused by your teleportation, the bells start ringing around the dark halls. The Temple Guard are aware of your coming, and they will offer you no welcome. Okay. So here we go. Here's all of our little characters right here. We've got our pole mace guy. We can actually take our turn in any order that we want. This game has a I go, you go system where all of my guys go, then all of their guys go. And so anyways, you can kind of swap in between them and take a look. We do have an archer right here. So this game uses a dice roll system. I don't know if it's like a D20 system, but I was going through the forums trying to kind of piece together information on how to play the game. Like, it's easy enough to play. You right-click where you want to move, you right-click who you want to shoot, who you want to attack, you click the ability you want to use, but, like, there's misses, and there's, like, deflections, and there's, like, armor deflections, and there's, like, a bunch of different stuff that happens that seems to be based on RNG, or at least some kind of dice roll, and I found a thread with the developer where he was like, oh, yeah, the game is making dice rolls and whatnot, but the dice rolls aren't displayed anywhere, so my first observation is in any game where you've got dice rolls that are, like, affecting the gameplay itself, this is an early alpha, so this is not a critique. This is just an observation. You definitely want to have those on screen. Otherwise, people are just going to get frustrated because they have no idea why they're winning or losing. I think firing across debris causes like a range debuff. So I'm going to move my archer over to here, and this guy does not have a shield. In general, you don't want to fire arrows at guys that have shields or guys that are behind guys that have shields because it seems to affect your accuracy from what I've noticed so far. I've fired arrows, like let's say this guy had a tower shield and there was a guy behind him, and I decided to fire my arrow at the guy behind him. I think the guy in front gets some kind of reflex check with his shield to see if he blocks the arrow from passing over his head, and then this guy gets his dodge roll as normal, so you're setting yourself up for 2 layers of RNG, but I can't tell you how accurately I'm predicting how the system works right now. This guy right here, it looks like we're going to deal a decent amount of damage. It does look like maybe he has some armor on or something. I don't know. Let's give him a shot. Love the sound design in this game, by the way. That's actually the sound design, the soundtrack, and the pixel art is why I decided to feature it, even though it's very, very early on in its development adventure, because everything is chunky, everything is clunky, everything is thick. When you hit a guy with a sword, it goes, "Wah-king," you know, and it like makes like a loud noise. You get like a really satisfying like whip tuck when you fire an arrow. Like it's very good sound design. And sound design is kind of one of those underrated things in video games that gets like passed over a lot. And I personally think that sound design matters a lot more than people think it does. Like sound design can take like a mediocre game and make it feel like a really, really good game, you know? We're going to move over to here, I think. There we go. We'll move him over to there. And I think we're just going to swack this guy. There we go. And down he goes. I'm also a big fan of the death animations. I think they look really, really good. So we did 2 damage right there. This guy's got considerably thicker armor, and he's behind cover. Chances are people are going to hear us fighting, and they're going to come in and start attacking us. I know this because I played the levels once or twice. Not this one specifically, but I played the other levels, and it does seem like there's like an aggro radius when they hear fighting, and so I've got a feeling we're not just going to be dealing with these 2 guys. Once you attack, your turn is over. So keep that in mind as well. This follows old D&D rules, where the moment that you attack, you basically give up the remainder of your movement or any other action you could have taken. So you always want to do your attack last, no matter how you play the game. I'm going to go ahead and move people up, and I'm going to try to keep... Actually, we don't really have a whole lot of shields. I better hope that they don't have a lot of range guys. If they have a lot of range guys, we have problems. We're just going to set up kind of in a line over here, I guess. Range in this game is realistic, meaning an archer can fire from all the way back here, all the way up this hallway down to the end. Like, the archers in this game are serious, like, historically accurate. Even though it's a fantasy game, like, there's no, like, you can fire 40 feet type deal here. Like, they can fire as far as you could fire with a 100-pound longbow in this game. So, like, we may end up stacking everybody up over in this corner just to get out of line of sight. I'll make up my mind once I see what kind of resistance the enemy picks up. I did want to take a look at my wizard and see what he does. So he's got a spell. he's got a blasting ability, and he can push the target one tile in a direction of your choosing. Okay. And, like, what's the range look like on this? That's actually pretty solid range right there. I don't know if I want to use it just yet. It might be a waste. So let's kind of bring him in behind all these other guys so that he's got some kind of cover. It does look like he's equipped with a little buckler, so I don't know if he's actually going to get, like, a shield save based on having that buckler, but it's worth a thought. I'm going to go ahead and bypass the rest of my turn because there's no way for us to really get to this guy. Okay, first big attack is out, and it stung. Luckily, my dude has armor, so we're in okay shape right there. They do indeed have archers that they're going to be pulling on in, so on the next turn, we're going to want to start moving everybody to kind of like differing spots. Let's go ahead and we will hit this guy with the pole hammer. Very nice hit. Took him down pretty solidly. We're going to go ahead and do the same thing right here. And down goes that guy. He's been finished off. We're going to go ahead and move the shield right here so that any more archery fire has to go over his head before it collides with anybody. And then we're going to start drawing everybody over to the left in order to protect them from attacks. Now, from over here, I may be able to fire at somebody, so I'm gonna. Hey, we got a good hit right there. We got him all the way down the hallway as he was trying to walk around. Good. One less problem we have to deal with once they're ready to close the gap. Let's go ahead and... Do I have anybody else that's kind of like not doing anything right now? Yeah, moving you back over here to protect the wizard's probably a good idea, so I will do that. Who else do I have? Shield guy, you're already doing what you're supposed to, so that's fine. I'm a little bit worried about the fact that his armor is down. Oh, so the yellow bar is his armor. Okay, so it's a 2 and a 2. Oh, that's actually his HP, so he's almost dead. Okay, well, he's a generic soldier, so I guess I can live with the fact that he might die. But anyways, we'll see what they decide to do right here. They did indeed take a shot at us. Okay. I'm going to dance my archer out, and we're going to see if we can pick this guy. We did score a hit right there, and in fact, we scored a hit for quite good damage. I don't know if I can get anybody in range of him. Yeah, it doesn't look like I can really get anybody in range. So what we'll do is we'll take the shield up first, since we can't close that gap anyways. We'll keep the polearms guys kind of isolated behind, and I'm just going to keep them sort of in a line for right now. And I'm going to try to protect him to the best of my ability. We'll bring them out, and in fact, I could probably laser beam this guy with the wizard. 5 fatigue. Yeah, let's go ahead and try this out. Nice. Okay. I wonder how fatigue regenerates. I wonder if he has to take a rest action, because we do... you get 4 points of stamina back. If used after moving, you get 2 instead. There we go. Tooltips are fun. They help me understand things, and they make me feel like less of a big, giant dummy. All right, let's go ahead and see if we can click the end turn marker. Looks like they're moving up. They don't have any shields, though. That leaves them kind of wide open to being harassed by my archers, so that's what I'm going to do. First guy dodged. Okay, no damage out right there. Let's go ahead and move the shield guy up, and we'll have him take a swing. Another dodge. I wonder if this guy's like a hero or something. He seems to be getting around a lot of my attacks. Looks like I can't attack from right there, but I can move to right here. And let's see, we've got a weapon attack +1 to attack roll and deal 2 points of fire damage. Knock the target back 1 tile and can destroy walls. Oh, wow. Okay, that's beefy. Very nice. A 9 damage Critterino. I'll take it. I'm going to finish him off with some lightning right here, because he scares me. He's dodged a few too many attacks, and it makes me feel worried for my life. We're going to move the swordsman up right here. We're going to move the halberdier up behind the shield guy. And then a little bit of a frame chuggy right there. The game does have some frame chuggies and whatnot that you're going to run into. Fair warning if you decide to play the demo. Just kind of casually remind yourself that this is a very, very early look at the game. No, my halberdier dude, he walked right through us. So there are no attacks of opportunity in this game. I haven't seen any indication So the developer said on the forums that some type of attack roll debuff happens if you walk into someone's zone of control and then walk out of it. So, like, it's either you get an attack malice or you get, like, a defense malice or, like, some kind of serious debuff if you do that. But I don't think he said specifically what it is. And so there are no attacks of opportunity. Obviously, that's going to make protecting your archers pretty difficult because the enemy can just waltz right through you. But just because they walked right through us right there, don't freak out about it. Like, something negative happens to this guy for doing that. It's just I couldn't really figure out exactly what it was from how the developer described it. Okay, there's the punishment. Our halberdier has been avenged. We got some more damage going out over here. Let's just hold the line. That guy is now down and dead. We've got 2 more that are rushing to meet up with us. I'm going to move him up, even though I feel like it might be a mistake. Oh, he got the guard off. Okay. All right, fair enough. I don't want to get too crazy with my wizard when it comes to moving him forward. As far as the fireball's concerned, it looks like he can only fire that inside of his movement range. Okay. Lightning, however, can go pretty far. So I say we just keep whittling with lightning. And we got a kill right there. Good. Fantastic. Do they have anybody else, like, rushing this way? No, it doesn't look like they do. I think we're in solid shape. I'll probably go ahead and end the turn right there then. Just fired an arrow at me, but luckily my pole hammer guy dodged it. He also dodged the second attack that came through. A little bit of work to be done on the camera and, like, where it focuses on and whatnot. I would prefer that it snap to the person that's actively acting, follow them in their action, and when they fire, they'll do their animation to fire, and then it'll scroll over to the other guy and show his reaction. They could actually make a toggle for that inside the options for, like, fast combat or, like, slow combat being the one that I just described, and fast combat being the one that it's doing right now, where it doesn't really focus the camera on anybody. All right, pole hammer guy, get him. Doink. Big old nasty doink. I don't want to move too aggressively around this corner. One damage off on him, huh? Not gonna lie, I was hoping for something a little bit more nasty, a little bit more brutal, but we'll stick with it. Now, let's get you in behind a pillar. Let's finally move you up. The AI seems to really, really like prioritizing firing at archers and, like, wizards with their ranged guys, which is actually smart play. But that's why, if you're wondering why I'm being so protective of my ranged guys, I played the game long enough while testing for this video to realize, like, man, their archers really like going after your ranged guys, and they really like going after your wizards. I don't want to fire through anybody right here, but we'll give this a... Oh, I was moving the wrong guy. Is there an undo button? What does that button do? It just cycles through my dudes? Okay, there's no undo button, unfortunately. That's fine. I should have been paying better attention anyways. I accept my punishment. Down goes their dude. They've got a couple more guys inside of a throne room over here, it looks like. Really, really like the Diablo-style tile set that they're using right here. It's just absolutely fantastic looking and gorgeous. Like, I like it a lot. This aesthetic right here from, like, kind of like the early aughts is the good stuff, in my opinion. All right, let's move you out of line of sight. You can move out this way. You've been doing a pretty good job at, like, dodging, getting stabbed. So we'll move these guys over to here. I should probably check that hallway right there, too, just to make sure that we don't get flonked and sponked. Yeah, let's pull everybody kind of this way. I just want to have a quick look-see and see what's on this side. Because if I crack that gate open right there and we all go rushing in with our war faces on, kind of like Braveheart style, just like, ah! Like, it could backfire on us if they come in from behind us. Like, if they want to push up and they want to, like, access this area, by all means, they are welcome to do so. Looks like there's a teleporter, and it looks like we can activate it. There's also a guy right there, so let's go ahead and pull back real quick. But we're going to let him do his thing, because I bet he's going to advance. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So, I want to fire the arrow first, because I think you get an attack penalty for firing over people's heads into melee combat. So we'll do our arrow shot first. Decent hit. 2 damage right there. Not amazing, but not the worst. Claymore guy, get on in here. Give him a swing. There we go. Little bit of 4 damage off right there. Pole hammer, see if you can finish him off. Very nice. Okay, so now we're a little bit more clear to advance. I'm going to keep people behind cover as we move down and around this way. I very much like the idea of the fact that the game uses cover to amplify dice bonuses and whatnot. Even though I don't know specifically what the bonuses are, I like that they've incorporated that into kind of the general gameplay loop. So I think we've cleared out this hallway. We'll see if anybody else decides to join the fray. I also very much like that the dead bodies stay on the ground so that you can kind of get a sense of the scale. That's very much kind of like an old school thing, too. I don't like it when bodies in games disappear, like during the fights or whatever. I like it when there's clutter and it starts looking like a battlefield. Like, actually, when you've gone through and you've killed like 25 guys and you've lost like a couple of yours, you can see the piles in various areas where the different skirmishes happen. And I feel like it lends a very, very immersive bent to the game. Okay, Shield, you go first. Wizard, you're up second. Go ahead and long move up to there. If this was XCOM, I would be strongly against yellow moving ever, but I'm just going to do it. I would like to see... Oh, Christ, what just happened here? Where did they come from? Did they teleport in, maybe? There is a teleporter in the room. They might be teleported in reinforcements. He's got a fire in melee, which sucks. I think you get a debuff for it, but he landed his hit, so that's okay. I'm going to try to lock down this archer right here. Nice hit. Very nice hit. 100% take that. And then for this guy over here, we're going to have to strike him with lightning and hope that it one-taps. And indeed, it did, so that's fantastic. How's your energy level looking right now? Oh, it looks like he has some baseline level of regeneration because, like, he's got it all back from us, like, walking around and stuff. So, like, what does this do? It looks like it's got an activation prompt. Maybe I should activate it next turn and see what happens. Or maybe I accidentally activated it already. Huh. It looks like he can activate it, and it's using up his movement points to activate, but I don't know exactly what it did. We'll just refresh and reset real fast. I'm a little bit worried that this is going to be like an endless respawner over here, so maybe we should move. That looks like an edge of the map, maybe? I don't know what's going on right there. Okay, I think we've got everybody in formation. I'm really bummed out about losing my halberdier. I feel like a commander right now who did not properly, like, babysit his troops. And so I feel kind of guilty about the fact that he's dead. Is there anybody in here? Okay, that room's clear. We'll get everybody moved up. I'd like to see a group move when you're in non-combat. That would be a really, really nice feature. So they basically form up into like a 2x whatever column. So we have 6 guys, so it'd be 2x3. So basically 2 spaces, and you can just march them around until an enemy appears, and then you just kind of like start the fight from there with the initiative rolls and everything else. It make things a little bit simpler. This takes me back to the days of Battle Worlds Chronos, where like when you're trying to move your troops around in between engagements, you got to move each one individually and then pass the turn, each one individually, pass the turn. I'm always a fan of strategy games that have like a turnless mode in between engagements while you're just like moving around the map and trying to figure out where stuff is at. No enemies inside of there, but we do have a treasure chest. Who doesn't love treasure chest? Let's get it. What's inside the treasure chest? We got 6 star fragments. They use that old school Diablo font too, man. I haven't seen that font in a long, long time. They're taking me back to being 17 years old right now. That's that, like, old games from, like, the 90s and the early 2000s, man. They always, like, used the most outlandish fonts that they could possibly get away with. But I sort of dug that, dude. Like, during that time... Oh, someone's coming. Oh, no, dude. I'm being shooty boyed at. Yeah, it looks like that's like an infinite teleporter over there. That's exactly what that is. It's an infinite teleporter. Okay, so it just constantly spawns enemies. So that's actually an onus that we should probably be going for the objective. Oh, alarm level 5. I didn't realize the alarm level was going up either. I didn't even notice that right there until this play. Okay, so that might also be a part of it, is that, like, you know, we've dithered for too long. I don't really want to pull the camera that way. I'm wondering if there's a pass-through over here. Oh, that door doesn't open. Okay. Not great. Oh my god, what just happened? I need an adult. There we go. Huh, wonder why that's happening. Weird. Okay, well, like I said, very, very, very early alpha. There's going to be weird stuff happening. Yeah, it's like trying to pull out that way for some reason. I don't know exactly why. We need the shield guy. And we sort of just need to form up, and we need to tank for like one turn. So I'm going to get everybody in formation behind the shield guy if I can. And we'll just kind of wait for the clash, I guess. Luckily, we seem to be fairly difficult to hit. So while they're kind of getting to do a lot of shots right now, I think we're all right. Let's go ahead and start on him. Oh, I did it again. Something about that hallway doesn't like the camera. It was deflected. Luckily, I got back in time. Okay, so let's bring... We're going to dogpile this dude. This is called Operation Murder This Guy. That's all we care about. Maybe I'll make a stopgap over here, though, too. Oh, wow, we're having a banner turn right now. Okay. All right, we're having kind of an XCOM turn. There's a hit. I'll take that. Wizard, if you don't bail me out of this situation, we're going to have a really bad time. Did I activate you already? I think I did. There was the deflection, right? Yeah, I activated him already. Somebody still has a lit portrait. All right, well, let's tank for a turn. Hopefully we don't get hurt. Oh, wow, he just ran straight by and went for my wizard. No, my wizard, dude! You impaled him! Oh, dude. Attacks of opportunity being missing are just so hard to deal with. Like, they really sincerely are, because they can just walk around and go get your guy. Oh, no. I'm not gonna lie, the wizard was a foundational stone in the structure of my combat strategy. So, like, obviously, I'm not crazy happy right now. But yeah, this is Zodiac Legion. I'm very, very excited about this game. I think that the initial demo, while it does have some bugs and it has a lot of things missing, I think the initial demo shows a lot of promise, and I'm very, very excited. I'm very excited about seeing we missed our shot right there. I think this is where it all falls apart. But, like, I'm very, very excited about seeing where they go with this, and I definitely want to play around with the city building portions that form kind of the central chunk as well. I don't know how much of that incorporates on into the demo, but I am liking the core demo gameplay in and of itself in these little combat sets right here. It feels and plays very, very nicely. So anyways, my name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, we had ourselves a little bit of ye oldie Zodiac Legion, which is actually not ye oldie. It's kind of like ye newy. But, you know, I'll see y'all tomorrow with something hot and fresh off the indie skillet. Thanks for hanging out, and that's all I got for you. Bye, everybody.